Harambee! Eneo hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. I want to be very, very brief today because Nyakach is mourning. I got some distress call from friends earlier today, and they were asking me about an accident which had happened somewhere in Kisumu. I tried confirming, but I could not get the right information. And because the calls were fast and furious, I decided to go all the way to the place. What I saw with my eyes is something I've never seen before. These are my village mates. Known to me, most of them. It just reminded me of when we lost 8 family members. But now we are talking of 21. These 21 are actually family members that attended a funeral in Nyahera, and when they were coming back, the vehicle lost control. For those who stay around here, you know that black spot. I think the only thing the government must do is to redesign that roundabout, because this is not going to be the last one. It has claimed so many people, and there are several theories about the place of a church. But for me, because at some point I stayed up there and I used to use that road every day, I think the design of that roundabout is not well designed. So Nyakach is mourning. And earlier today, just before I received the call, I was actually preparing to do an analysis about Raila Odinga's speech during the burial of the late Phoebe Asio. And I listened to Raila Odinga very closely. 2 things. Number 1, Raila Odinga kind of confirmed that he's going to support William Ruto's re-election bid. And the other thing I got is that ODM party might actually produce a running mate in 2027. I'm coming back with that analysis. But in this video, I want us to talk about something which happened, was it yesterday, when Rigathi Gachagua promised to expose William Ruto to American government. Because remember, the American government placed William Ruto under the radar.
You cannot endanger the security of the world because of your business interest. It is true you are doing business with Al-Shabaab, but you cannot endanger world security. The Americans also want to know why, against the Kenya Constitution, you have become the worst violator of human rights in Kenya. Why are you abducting young children? Why are you killing young children? Why did you abduct American Turkey nationals of American origin who were abducted and disappeared? These are things that are in the radar of the American security system. You can play around with people in Kenya, but you cannot play with the American government. They have you on the radar. And the evidence is everywhere. And you cannot run away from it. So please, don't hide behind China. The issues you need to confront are well known to you. That you have compromised world security in pursuit of business interest. And this time around, you will not escape. You may push people around in Kenya. You may harass everybody in Kenya. But I don't think you have the capacity to harass the American government. And they have you under the radar. You can run, but you cannot hide. Your day is coming. I want to say that the evidence is there. The shoot to kill orders by Kipchumba Murkomen, he cannot deny. Your own order of shooting people in the leg, you cannot deny. So even if you get the PS for Foreign Affairs to issue statements, the evidence is everywhere. And you must be held to account. In fact, the other day when I was here, I was with some senior American leaders last Sunday. And we were watching live a meeting taking place in Muranga, where policemen were beating leaders and they were protecting armed goons. And these American leaders could not believe that it is possible for policemen to attack civilians. They could not believe it. They could not believe that policemen can escort gangs to beat civilian population. William Ruto, that evidence is here in America. And there's no way you can run away from it. And those things will come to light. On that matter, let me appeal to all of you. In your respective states, you have senators, you have elected, you have congressmen, you have elected. Please tell them about Kenya. Tell them to support this bill when it comes to the floor of the House. Give them details of what is happening in Kenya so that they are well informed, so that they can support the bill, so that a review is done. And our request to the American government and the American people, please don't punish Kenya because of the atrocities of William Ruto. Don't withhold military aid to Kenya. Don't withhold sharing of intelligence with Kenya. Don't withdraw all those facilities that come with that privilege of being recognized as an ally of the NATO states. All we are asking the American government to do, once you confirm all these concerns, help us. Don't have sanctions against the people of Kenya or our country. Please, just do the right thing. Impose sanctions on William Ruto as a person never to come to America.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Rigathi Gachagua breathing fire in America. I want us to do that analysis. Whether Rigathi Gachagua can actually expose William Ruto further to Donald Trump's administration. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my take about Rigathi Gachagua's threat. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is keen on taking credit for the fact that the US government has put William Ruto under the radar. I've been debating this issue with several friends, and there's a general consensus that the US government has actually dumped William Samoei Arap Ruto. But what is not very clear is whether William Ruto can win the presidency minus the support of the US government. Because we all agree that Raila Odinga is not the president of the Republic of Kenya today, courtesy of the US government and the British government. And the fact that the US government are now on the neck of William Ruto only means two things. That number one, maybe William Ruto is not serving their interest the way they had anticipated. Or number two, maybe the US are disappointed with Ruto so far. So the truth is, Rigathi Gachagua is trying to take credit for the tribulations facing Ruto as far as the American government is concerned. I believe, and I think I once hinted here, that one of the things Fred Okengo Matiang'i has been doing is to try and fashion his candidature as the American government blue-eyed man. So which meant he was going to work on a strategy of painting William Ruto as a bad man. So if you have to ask me between Matiang'i and Rigathi, who can take credit, I'll give that credit to Matiang'i. But I don't want to get into that. So the thing is, Rigathi is keen on taking credit for William Ruto's troubles with the US. Number two, and this is a question which I just want to ask you. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua has any information which he can give to the US government, which the US government does not have? The truth is, there is no evidence, there is no information which Rigathi Gachagua can actually produce to the American government. The American government has more information, even more than Kenya government itself. Because if you read the dossier on Ruto by the US government, they're accusing William Ruto of even using the intelligence which they provided to him to target the opponents. Rigathi Gachagua is a deputy president. He might have access to certain level of information. But when it comes now to real evidence, the US government has it more than he does. When he's talking about William Ruto going due to Wajir and meeting Al-Shabaab guys, probably that information came from the US, not from him. And because Rigathi cannot provide any information to the US which they don't have, what he's talking about are just threats. Number three, Rigathi is keen on sustaining the anti-William Ruto's narrative. If there's one thing which Rigathi is good at, and I think this is probably because he's a communications expert, is sustaining this narrative. Rigathi Gachagua is out of the country, but is more visible than the opposition leaders, including even the ones in the country as we speak. So which means his intention is simple: to sustain that narrative. And lastly, which is the main reason why he's talking the way he's talking, is that Rigathi Gachagua is actually destroying the image and the reputation of William Ruto at the international level, global stage. Rigathi is meeting Kenyans in the diaspora. He's destroying Ruto. Articles are being published. People go out with these stories. He's not even doing it on the floor here, on the ground here. Rigathi is meeting people, some Kenyans, some not Kenyans. And the message is simple: William Ruto is bad, William Ruto is dirty. Actually, you can't even believe that last year, this was Rigathi Gachagua praising William Ruto. Until next time, this is Lee Makwin. Bye-bye.